we need to be very careful of repeating negative parts of our history. We have come so far, and I believe that people should be conscious of our history and reminded of our history so that we will not repeat it in the past. People always say that I'm going to always stand here and remind individuals of the racist past that this country and this state took. I have to. It's a responsibility because I know my history and I will continue to read my history because if I didn't know it, it will repeat itself. And this is a repeat of history. This is just a repeat of exclusionary practices to exclude people. And we definitely have to be conscious and make people aware of what their unintentional, I'm gonna call it unintentional. Their unintentional actions perpetuate racism. And people have the inability to know when they're perpetuating racism because they have not lived in that classism. So they don't know what it means to wake up and be Black or an African American. They don't know what it means to walk in a place, and be the only person there and they look at you. They don't know what it means when you walk in a store and people follow you around and come up to you and notice they don't approach anybody else and say, what is it that I can help you with? These are the things that you are not aware of and unconscious of, and even in hiring practices. I always go back to just recently in our history when the Attorney General of the United States, Eric Holder, had to come in to the juvenile justice system in St. Louis County, who still right now is perpetuating racism when it comes to juveniles, African-American juveniles. Right now, he had to come in, did a 6-year study, and what it showed was African-American youth, the same age as white youth, with the same crime, was being locked up where white youth were being taken home. The conclusion of the study was that African-American youth was denied their civil rights solely based on racism. And this has been in the last 10 years, the last 15 years. So if we're not conscious of diversity, equity, and inclusion, if we're not made conscious of it, history will repeat itself and Americans and Missourians will be hurt as a result of it. And so, yes, I am Black every day. And I am offended by this legislation. And I'm just asking my colleagues to vote this down. Thank you, Mr. President.